welcome to another episode of Africans Talk Football. Um, how's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good.
No,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel that it's been feel like it's been a long week for all of us. We're recording a little bit later in the week than we usually do. But for all of those who have been waiting on our predictions, on our takes, on our reactions from this past week, thank you again. I know it's been a little bit later in the week than we like to get out, but that's just life sometimes. But thank you to everyone again that's been commenting, showing us love on all of our socials. It's been a long season, but it's been a fun season, to be honest. We had the World Cup earlier this year. I feel like people forgot about the World Cup because it's been so
Such a long
bang, bang,
season.
bang in these last few months. We've seen so many games, even with Europe coming back. There's just been a lot to take in all in just 1 week's time. So it's been fun. I know we started off the year thinking that the World Cup was going to ruin things, but honestly, this has probably been one of the more enjoyable seasons to watch. Besides Chelsea for sure, but it just overall the whole year has been fun to watch. Just teams coming off that long international break and then just going right back into it. It's been sweet. I kind of I know it's tough for the players because it gives them less break in the summer, but I kind of like the winter. I know it's not going to be every year. It was just because Qatar is so hot during the summer, but I kind of like the winter World Cup. If it was something that happened maybe like every 20 years or something like that, maybe like every 3-4 World Cups, they picked a hot country and did it during the winter, I wouldn't even be mad at it. I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't be mad at it. It doesn't need to be every year, but it was cool to kind of have that change of pace and then see, teams come back in January, the top of the year. But before we get into our teams, I definitely want to talk a little bit about this relegation team.
Yeah.
Is looking crazy. I mean, we always knew that it was going to be, let me not say always, but in the last few months, we kind of been looking at those bottom 5, 6, 7 teams and saying it's going to be interesting who gets, relegated this year, because there were teams, I think at one point from 13th all the way down to 20, there were only 6 or 7 points that separated them. And now with, 4 matches to go for most teams, 3 matches to go, there's a little bit of separation, but, some teams are not out of the woods yet. It's still a good 4 or 5 teams that still have a chance to get relegated. It looks like Southampton's going down after their most recent loss to Nottingham Forest.
They fought too.
Man, they fought. And honestly,
but
they could have done a lot better. They could, but I guess that's what, but I guess that's what happens when you're in last place. You kind of play like it. But I mean, if you look at this last batch of matches, if you look at what happened yesterday on Monday, Fulham played Leicester, who was in the bottom 3. Brighton played Everton, who was in the bottom 3. And then Forest and Southampton, both in the bottom 3. So I think they're scheduling the games like that on purpose. They're putting all the weak teams on Monday. It's kind of fun to just watch them play because we know that they're going to fight. But 5-3 first match, 8 goals. 5-1 second match, 6 goals. 4-3 that Nottingham Forest Southampton match, 7 goals. I don't know where it was all season, but these teams are starting to score goals, and it's making the matches way more exciting, especially when you know what's behind it. Shout out to Everton. And more so, shout out to Big Sam, man. He does it year in, year out. Like, somehow he's able, or not Big Sam, but Sean Dyche.
Sean Dyche,
yeah. He came back for the last few matches to keep Everton up, and they started to look a lot better. Decore with a first-minute goal, and then from there they kind of just took off, beating 7th place Brighton, especially away. That's a huge result for them.
Massive.
Huge result. It took them from 19th place with 29 points all the way up to a 17th right out of that relegation battle. And Leicester and Leeds now are.
What's even more important is that 4 goals is what gets them goal differential on Leeds. So now they're minus 21 on goal differential, and Leeds is minus 25. So it's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy how that happens. You know, you look at Nottingham Forest getting that win against Southampton, that puts them right at 16th place now, a point over Everton. And so when you look at those bottom five teams, I mean, Southampton has 24, but Leeds at 30, Leicester at 30, Everton 32, Forest at 33. These last 3-4 weeks for all those teams are going to be do or die, literally do or die. West Ham out of the woods a little bit. They're sitting at 37 points, but let's look at their schedule because it depends on who they have to see. They still see, and they have to play in the Conference League. I forgot about that. They got a game this Thursday.
And
oh my gosh, bro.
They have like a realistic chance of winning that.
Yeah. So at this point, do we go for the Conference League or do we try to stay in the Prem? Because
no. You have to.
you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They got 3 matches left, and one's against Brentford, one's against Leeds, and the last game of the match is against Leicester.
Yeah.
So 2 of those 3 teams, they're in the bottom 3. So it comes down to, one, do we have the players to even take the challenge of trying to stay up in the Prem and win the Conference League, or do we go ahead and just focus on one? What would be your decision as a manager, to be honest?
The Prem, I think financially, the owners are coming to the manager like, listen, I don't care who you start in the Conference League, but win your Prem matches. I don't care. Yeah. Don't get relegated. That's what he's thinking about. So, I think priority comes with the Conference League. Money is not going to pay enough to,
facts.
Balance.
I think
what's going on. So,
I think they're going to be fine. To be honest, I mean, they just beat United. They have to play Leeds. I don't know. I think they'll be fine.
I think they'll be okay.
Leicester, on the other hand, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, let's see. Who is? Do y'all know who Leicester plays these last 3 weeks? Let me check that out.
I mean, they have to play West Ham.
They play Liverpool, Newcastle, and West Ham. So I think it's pretty.
That's tough.
It's looking dim for Leicester.
I feel like the first 2 games is what's going to put them out.
Yeah.
Leeds also, Leeds is looking pretty dim for them as well. So
Big Sam Allardyce. Can he do it?
I don't know.
I mean, his first game was against City. I was like, well,
that's tough.
2-1. That wasn't
I mean,
last time they got 7. Remember?
Yeah, they're trending up. They are definitely trending up. But yeah, man, I think it's sad to see Southampton go down, to be honest with you. I'm totally okay with Leeds going down. Yeah, I just for me, like, there's just certain teams that like Bournemouth, I'd be okay with them going down. Like, no hard feelings there. Just, Bournemouth, Leeds, to me, I think Leeds, like, that experiment, I feel like is over. And the last one, Nottingham Forest, because although they beat Southampton, they showed on like how they consistently give up those goals, whether they did at home, shows why you are where you are. And not a very good team, and I think that I still think that they're one of the teams that are going to go down. So, but we'll see.
So, what 3 teams do you guys think will go down?
So, when we did our most recent predictions for our, the team, I said Everton, I said Southampton, and I said Nottingham Forest.
Wow.
I still don't truly believe in Everton all the way, but this most recent win has definitely propelled them in the right direction. It gives them confidence.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they've scored 5 goals all season, and to do that away is kind of huge against a top 6, top 7 team.
They haven't done that in years.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so to see them score 5 against a team that potentially is fighting for Europe this year, it gives them the confidence, like, yo, we can we can actually do something, at least not this year, but let's stay up and then see what we can do in the next year.
This Everton team, and just like the West Ham team, like with the players they have, like they shouldn't be as bad.
Exactly. They shouldn't be in this position.
It's just,
I agree.
I guess the managers that were here at the beginning of the season put them in this position, but David Moyes is like, you're the same coach. Like you're fighting.
West Ham,
he's been there for years.
West Ham, they put money into that team too. They put a lot of money.
Paqueta.
And he's underdeveloped.
Ben Rama.
World Cup. Who?
Smaka, we don't even see him anymore.
Smaka, yeah.
Wow, true.
He started off hot, and then I don't know if he can stay healthy, but
yeah.
All right. Speaking of West Ham, the 120 for Declan Rice. What do you guys think?
If Sheikh Jassim is in, why not? I don't know. I 150. Why not, Mike? Hey, listen. He showed that day against us. He was the best midfielder on the day out there. So for me, I don't know, bro. Like I feel like spending 100 million to me, like I don't like bat an eye to it. I know it sounds crazy, but that's just what it is. That's what football is now. So like if you want to get anybody from any team, it's at
you have to overpay.
Yeah, you have to overpay, and that's just like what it is. So like, I mean, they said that they were willing to take, they still said 100 plus a player. So I'm like, I don't know what McGuire is worth, but I don't think it's worth anything substantial. But I would pay it for sure. He's one of the best young midfielders. I mean, definitely in the league. Definitely of England. Besides Bellingham, I mean, like, who are you gonna get?
I know he is. I'm just not all the way sold on him yet.
I'm not, bro. He's. Did you watch our game?
No, I wasn't able to.
He ran the field. He ran the park. And Casemiro was on the same field. So I mean,
I hear you.
You can't get Bellingham. I feel like there's nobody else that you can.
And he's gone.
I don't know. I think 120 is a little egregious, but after seeing what Chelsea just did, it's like,
and that's why I'm mad.
That's
everybody,
that's what everyone.
Yeah, that's gonna be the
And unfortunately, like I really think he should be like, especially because he only has 1 year left on his contract, so it's like, bro, he should really only be like 80, 90.
Yeah,
realistically, but now they're just throwing this extra 30 on for whatever. It's just, so you know how Uber Eats has like service fee, to run the app, and the extra 30 is just to fuel the jets and travel and
housekeeping,
housekeeping,
and they still asking for a tip. It's like, hey, y'all might not be in the Prem next year. Y'all might not be even be in the Prem next year asking for a player.
So yeah, I think it's egregious, but I really think he should be. I think they'll come down. I think that's just I don't know. I think that's just a bid, because at the same time the players has to agree to personal terms.
I mean,
I think at a certain point they're gonna be like, listen, you're gonna give this player up. He's leaving, so either you're gonna come down to this number.
So
you have some on your hands.
So let's say West Ham gets relegated, right? That number has to change instantly, because
that
number
is what you want. It's not about.
That's part of the reason. That number instantly goes, I want 40.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say they cut it in half. They cut it in half. Let's not be disrespectful.
Maybe 40 with 10 with that, 40 in a player, 10 with add-ons, maybe.
10
add-ons.
I would say 20 million. It's not about what you want. It's about what you
it's
about what you
need. Crazy. 40? That's wild.
That's real.
Anything will probably be like 80.
I was gonna say 60. Yeah, no, I was gonna say you cut that number in half. 60.
He's just gonna ball out.
40. Wow.
He's just gonna ball out in the championship. You're just gonna have to pay
a 40-piece nugget.
So hold on. Question for you guys. Would you rather pay, let's say, because the crazy thing is like Victor Osimhen is quoted at 130 right now. but I think that like that number could get higher. So let's say Declan Rice is worth 120.
Mm-hmm.
120. Would you rather pay 120 for Declan Rice or would you rather pay 75, 80 for Casado? Because at that point, for me, it's just like, well, then I might, I'm already up there, so I might as well.
Yeah, I honestly,
I get it depends on
I
your
know,
team and
no,
what your
this
team
is what I
needs.
do. If this is what I do, I go, sure, I go get Rice, give them a player, talk them down to like 80, 10 add-ons, so 90 total player. Boom,
Yeah.
go get Caicedo, 65-ish,
Yerbal's a manager mode.
whatever. Boom, and then you're gonna make some sales. Hypothetically, I don't know what team we're talking about, but hypothetically, make some sales into funds, whatever, and then you get a couple more signings. But yeah, no, I'll go get both of them. I think that's like if you're a young team that wants to get started, I feel like this is a good starter kit. This is a real good starter kit. On top of what you already have, like this is a good midfield starter kit to propel you to the future.
Okay, so let's say
I would take honestly, I would take Caicedo before I take Rice at that price.
I would agree
Because the only reason I might like Rice more is because of his like size. Pause. Like but
no.
For real,
Okay,
no.
bro, I'm with you. I'm with you. So I'm
because like honestly, Declan Rice is no,
pause.
for real,
Pause. Real pause.
But no, real talk though, real talk.
What?
No, I had to put it out there, but
you said
but
pace
no,
and power.
but no, Brody's 6'2", he's a big dude. You know what I mean? Like he's another aerial threat. He's another just big guy on the field. And that's the only thing he has over Caicedo that I'm just like, But is that worth another 40 mil? No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not, because I can go get him who's just as physical. He might not have the size, yes, but he's just as physical.
I do think Rice fits Arsenal though. Like I feel like he low-key fits you.
I think he does, because if we get him, we have a 6 who I don't have to worry about anymore. Like I have to worry about Partey every week. Every single week I have to worry about Partey.
Remember, we were talking about best CDM in the league. For God's sakes.
Relax. We'll let that go. I already
top
gave
5
you
in the world, best CM in the league.
I'm still in top 5. Anyway, we'll get on that later. We'll get on his performances later.
Yeah.
But no, like I mean, every week I kind of have to worry about like, he's in a good run of form, but with that game, what's gonna be that game where it's like, and we have Jorginho, and he played well this past 2 matches, but at the same time, it's like I don't know you really. I'm familiar with you, but I don't know how you play for me. So
absolutely,
I really don't know you. So I feel like Declan Rice he's one of those players. He'll come in, he'll be like an Enzo for Chelsea, a player who'll just come in like, I don't have to worry about you, bro. Like you will come in and do your role, do your job, and you'll be fine.
Agree.
And I agree. We're good there, and then we can just build upon that. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I low-key feel like any team he goes to, he'll be able to do that.
He's just gonna fit in. He's just gonna all right, bet. This is what you need me to do. You just need me to sit, do what I do. Okay, bet. Cool. That's it. Yeah. So yeah, I like Rice a lot, man. I think he's great. I think West Ham is waxing because I guess they can, but
oh yeah.
I don't know.
They're trying to get that Grealish money. Like they're trying to pull the same thing.
Yeah, it happens.
Someone will pay it though. That's the thing.
Someone will pay
Chelsea.
But at the same time,
you get Chelsea.
The player has to agree to personal terms too.
Yeah, I think it's Chelsea.
Yeah, you're right.
The player has to agree to personal terms.
Yeah. We're the two that teams continue to scam, but keep paying. Speaking of United, though, 2 L's back to back.
Yeah.
Back to back.
Yo, speaking of midfielders, McAllister.
I think
Thoughts?
I think he's. I just feel like where is this coming from? I just like I think everyone's
The World Cup, man. I'm telling you, everyone on that Argentina team is their stock went up. Even Enzo, like I wasn't the biggest.
Stupid.
I'm not even the biggest. Like still, kind of what Gabriel said, kind of mimics my thoughts about him. He doesn't mess up, but he's nothing special. So that 120 for me was it was very shocking. I'm like. Okay, well, we're paying 120 we're paying for the potential for sure. And I mean, we'll get on Chelsea later. Poch has already said, if he becomes our manager, he's looking at a goalkeeper, he's looking at a partner for Enzo, and he's looking at a striker. Great. I mean, obviously, that's what we've been saying all year. We need all three of those things. We need our spine to get better. So for me, I guess the person that plays alongside him will prove to show his worth. Kind of like Gabriel was saying, if you get a Moise Caicedo or you get a Declan Rice who can already link up and be a partnership, you get to see their full worth. But I mean, United.
Yeah, I mean it was a rough week for sure. I just the Brighton game was always going to be tough. I mean, they're
Brighton Munich.
Team. Yeah, for sure. Bayern Munich. We talked about Roberto De Zerbi last week. I think he's one of the best managers, definitely in the Prem. And he's up there. I mean, like in the world, I think for what he's working with, I mean, I think that he's doing a very good job. But yeah, that game was always going to be tough. I mean, for me, in both games, I just feel like our attack let us down. Because, I mean, we don't create enough chances. I mean, we didn't score in both games. The Brighton game was unfortunate because for me, Luke Shaw was my man of the match until that moment happened. But I mean, like he jumped up for a header. I don't know, bro. Sometimes I don't understand like why like when you watch the replay, like when you look at some of their arms, like how is your arm there? Like how did you why are you're up here like when you're like what is that? And then you got to put yourself in positions to protect yourselves and the team. But it was unfortunate that the handball was called there and McAllister won them the game. But I mean, look at the West Ham game. Once again, like we can't score, can't manufacture chances. I know De Gea is the easy target because of the mistake that he made, but I mean, listen, that man has saved us in so many occasions. So I'm not gonna sit here and just go in on him when there have been guys on this team that continuously don't do their job. A lot of people want to say, oh, he's not great with his feet. And he's not, by no means. He's not Ederson and he's not Alisson. I could admit that, but a goalie's job is to keep the ball out of the back of the net. And I think that he does good there. So, I mean, we as a team have other priorities we have to address before we look at the goalkeeper. But yeah, I mean,
you said you guys are not scoring goals. Why do you think that is? Because you were banging it in a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of factors that go into it. I think some of the guys that have been scoring are obviously have cooled off. Rashford's not scoring. Bruno seems lost. And Casemiro came back from that red card, and it's just like now he's afraid to even make a challenge, and like he's walking around here just unsure of himself all the time. And I don't know, man. I sat down and watched the West Ham game. I love Eriksen, I do, but I just feel like I know we don't really have because Sabitzer is nursing an injury right now, so he can't play more than what he's been playing, but. Eriksen is past it, man. We need more depth. We need more depth, and I don't know, man. I think that the team has done like very well this season, and I knew that this wall was going to hit at some point because we've only been using about 14 players in the squad. Everybody else has just been there, but hopefully we can get some goals, man. Because top four is looking slow at this point. We have a game in hand, but. Liverpool jumped from 8th to 5th very quickly. So, I mean, yeah, man, we We got to get
two
on.
2 months ago, you said you guys had third lockdown. What do you think happened from then? From then till now, what do you think happened? Too many games? What do you think it is? Injuries?
Sure, definitely. I think it is what it is, but we played the most games and
it is what it is.
That is what it is. We played the most games and compared to everybody else. And like I said, we don't have enough players to to keep up. Some of the guys that have been playing well this season have been slowing down. So we have to just figure out how we're gonna get 9 points from these last 4 games. I still think we can. I think we'll beat Wolves, we'll beat Bournemouth. The Chelsea game will be interesting, but because we're at Old Trafford, I think that we'll always have a chance there because these guys away from home, I will say this about this team. Ten Hag has been brilliant this season, but my God, this Man United team away from home is so poor. I don't know what it is. And mistakes happen in a game. And when the De Gea goal goes in, when you just see it's just heartbroken. Body language is everything. I'm seeing Lindelof just we're still in this game.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just think that mentally, we just have to just continue to get guys in. And until we continue to, until we can get guys in, more of this inconsistency is gonna continue. But top 4 is definitely in our hands to lose.
So you brought up your road record. Remember when Ole got the record for the most wins on the road? Remember? I'm just saying.
You know why? You know why he got that record? Because it was during COVID. That's when that record extended. And these guys are so mentally weak that it's easy for them to go into a stadium where no one's there. And yeah. So home games, away games back then, we're all the same. I don't buy into that at all. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I loved him as a player, but as a manager, we all know who he was.
Yeah, sounds like Frank, to be honest. But you also brought up a team that we don't normally talk about, but they used to be y'all rivals or something like that. Liverpool. Are you is there any worry about top 4? You guys have a game in hand, but
yeah, of course there's worry.
They're sitting a point behind you right now. And honestly, I got to give it up to Klopp because he had a rough year. Jota, Luis Diaz hurt for well over 4 or 5 months. If we're taking into account the international break as well, got hurt last year and then into 2023. They didn't really start playing until these last few months. But since getting, more...
Don't forget Artur, right, too. He was injured, too.
Who?
Artur.
Yeah, him too. Thiago, he gets his yearly injury. When you look at their squad, their midfield was what needed the most work. And they never really got their full midfield back. But since getting their attackers 5 in a row, if we look at their most recent matches, Brentford, they beat 1-0. Fulham, they beat 1-0. 4-3 banger against Tottenham. West Ham, they beat 2-1. And then even that 3-2 win against Nottingham Forest, I think they came back to get that win. 5 in a row. And, hats off to Klopp. He's gotten his team back, and he's gotten them back in firing form. Trent's looking like, again, probably second best right back in the league. Again, I'm just always going to put him behind Reece James, but that's my bias. But some might say, these last 5, 6, 7 games, Trent's found form again.
No. We can't consider Reece James as one of the best right backs this season.
Is he not? Well, not okay. If we're gonna talk this season, he didn't play enough.
I'm just saying this season.
This season,
Ben White has been a better right back than Reece James.
I'm going to
I'm just saying, where is Reece James? When have you seen him? When have you seen Reece James?
That's what I'm saying. Maybe I'm always going to put Reece James above him, but this season I can take your word for it. I'll say Ben White probably has been a little bit better than Trent, and he's been more healthy than Reece. So
it's a Trippier too.
Who? Yeah, maybe Trippier. I feel like this year, yeah.
Come on,
Ben White. Come on, man. He was getting
Ben White is second in the league right now. What do you mean?
I'm not. No. I'm not going to take anything away from. I'm not going to take anything away from.
Can we stop underrating Ben White, please?
No, I won't underrate him. I mean, so now if we're going to look at the top. Okay, so let's talk about it.
I'm just saying.
Let's talk. No. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Please don't underrate Ben White.
We got Trent, we got Reese, we got Ben White, we got Trippier.
Walker.
Lot of English, all the English men.
Walker.
And then Walker, the English national team.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're
telling me that you're taking Ben White over Reece James?
I'm just saying this season. We're talking about
this season,
your statement was about this season. You said Trent was one of the best right backs this season.
Yeah, I say he's looking like the second right back in the league again. You could call him second, call him third, you can call him whatever you want, but
I digress.
Yeah, I digress.
He said now you're on a third. Now third coming out.
I mean, we're talking Trippier, so now we got to throw numbers out. But my question again, I'll just repose my question. Do you have any? Are you worried about top four?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think how we've even gotten into these positions, to me, sometimes it's just baffling because we have shown that we can play well for moments, and then we can also completely just throw it away in a matter of 8 minutes, like the Sevilla game at Old Trafford, like the Brighton game, just in the last minute, like the game against West Ham, like the goal that De Gea concedes. Like we've shown that those things can happen, and I think it is going to be tough, but I'm optimistic because 3 out of the 4 games that we have are at home, and at home we've shown that we're a strong side, and I think that these players need as much support mentally as they can get, and I think because of that, we'll get top 4.
Would you be okay with FA Cup and 5th place? FA Cup, Carabao, and 5th place. Would you be okay with that?
If Sheikh Jassim comes, yeah. Yeah. Because at that point, you can have your top 4. I won. You can have your Champions League, all that. If Sheikh Jassim came, if Sheikh Jassim came and we ended in 5th, I'd be cool. I would be.
Europa League, yeah, I see that.
I would be if he came, but I mean, obviously, I think top 4 going into the season. Top 4 was the aim. Top 4 was the aim, and I said I think we could maybe fuck around and get a trophy, and we did. So we're already and we're in the final. Who knows? It's a tough to ask, but I mean, 2 trophies in top 4 would be great. 2 trophies in top 5. It's not the end of the world. But
would you rather have the 1 trophy in top 4 or 2 trophies and top 5? Or let me say 5th place.
I would, but it just depends, bro. If Sheikh Jassim comes, I'd be cool with 2 trophies because I think overall, like the players need to see, the players need to see that, and like we have this guy and he's going to invest money. If he doesn't come in, then I think top 4 is the priority because we'll get money for being in Champions League, and these current owners won't spend money, so we need that.
So are we expecting Newcastle to secure top 4?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just 3 points.
I don't know, bro. Like, but they can look at them at St. James Park against Arsenal. Arsenal's a great side, but like, I mean,
but why are they? What do you mean? Look at them.
What do you mean?
There's a reason. There's a gap between 1, 2, and 3, 4.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm just talking about where you guys are at with that particular matchup. You guys were both trending up. You guys went through the City defeat and have been trending up, and they have been looking good as well too.
Yeah. So then, but why is it like, oh, look at Arsenal? Like,
I mean, shit,
trending up too.
I just feel like in the big games, I just feel like they come up short. Obviously, they beat us, but like at the end of the day, we always talk about how you still got to beat the top teams, and if you don't beat the top teams, then who are you?
So when we look at Newcastle's the rest of their season. They see Leeds, Brighton at home, Leicester at home, and then Chelsea away for the last game of the match or last game of the season. So still 4 matches left.
They'll drop the Brighton game and the Chelsea game. 100%.
Think so?
100%.
Okay.
Brighton is a better team than them. That's the team. If
Wow.
De Zerbi had came
You
in,
really think so?
100%, 100%.
Wow.
I believe. I was actually thinking about that, and I almost texted you guys that, and I was gonna ask, who do you think is better? I personally think Brighton is better because I think that they have the better coach. And I mean the way that they play, bro. I just nah.
They play free flowing football. I like their play a lot, but I don't know if I could put them above Newcastle. Not right now. Not right now.
I think Newcastle wins that game.
Where is the game? Where is the game?
Is that Newcastle's home? You say, James?
I think Newcastle wins that game.
How about
Thursday, May? It's a Thursday midweek game.
I think Isak scores a goal, maybe 2.
My brother.
Last game they played Chelsea at home, so Chelsea could do something.
Chelsea's gonna decide the league
at Stamford Bridge or at St. James.
At Stamford Bridge.
The Bridge.
Oh, it's at the Bridge.
Yeah.
For the last match of the year, our fans are going to be up for
it.
They're
going to give you guys smoke though.
I mean, but that's warranted. They're top 4.
Yeah.
They're top 4. I mean, I didn't expect to see any more dubs after Frank was appointed to be caretaker through the rest of the year. So even this past week, just move into Chelsea, I guess we can do that now. Even this past week, seeing us score 3 goals, and we scored multiple ways. Conor Gallagher with a header, Badia Shield off a corner, and then, Joao Felix in open play. Mm-hmm. It was refreshing. I didn't even see the match. I kind of woke up the next day and checked highlights because I was out of town on vacation and saw that we'd won. And I was like, oh, this is a nice surprise. It's kind of good what happens when you kind of forget totally about your team. But yeah, I mean, just the way that we scored goals was refreshing. I know it was good for the fans as well, because I was calling on, I've been in Chelsea spaces on Twitter, and, I've been just kind of tapped into what's the overall feeling from our fans. And personally, I think they're taking this season a little too lightly. I'm hearing a lot of, oh, it's just a blip. Next year we'll be back. It's just this and it's just that. And once we get our players and once we get our manager, and I honestly don't know where all the confidence is coming from. It sounds like a lot of false bravado just based off what we've had in the past because Roman was our manager. But we have a whole new regime. And I think like our fans failed to realize that it's not going to be as quick a turnaround as it's been when Roman was at the helm. So it was good to see the 3-1 win, especially away from home. I can't tell you the last time we got an away win, but personally, I'm still a little worried for the future. Like I said, this year's been a wash, but it was great to see 3 goals. It was great to see Badia Shield in the game. It was great to see Joao Felix get a goal. You know what I mean? Like the things that I saw were very, very refreshing, but at the end of the day, it's still like, dog, this year is done. We got to, hope that our summer is massive. Hope that we get a decent manager. And if it's Poch, hope that what he's been saying about getting a goalkeeper, someone to team up with the midfield and Enzo and a striker is real, because we have 7 to 10 players that need to go. And the players that we need are in the spine. Gabriel talks about it every single week. The spine is the most important part of the team. Goalkeeper, center defensive players, center mids, striker. And honestly, we need to re-up on all those. Thiago Silva's 38. We need another one. Midfielder, we need another one. Striker, we haven't had one since Diego Costa. I've been saying that for years. So personally, I just hope we have a huge summer. But this win was great. People were talking relegation, and I was like, all right.
Okay. Relegation talk.
Yeah. I don't want to hear none of that no more. But Mike, how'd you feel about it? Were you able to watch the match?
Yeah, I watched the game. I mean, I feel like you touched on everything. It was good to see Badia Shield for sure. I mean, it's so obvious when he's in the game. It's just different in the back. I mean, I don't know what else he needs to do, but it was good to see him. I mean, my main thing is, bro, just end the season on a good note. Like, do something at City, get United, maybe beat Newcastle, just do something at the end of the season to like end the season on a high note. Because right now we have no going into the summer, we don't know who our manager is. I don't know. And like you were saying, we're gonna be back. We're gonna be back. Bro, where are you guys getting this? We're gonna be back. This is a whole new different regime. Like, this is their first year. 600 million. 11th. Right. If Roman spent 600 million, we will not be 11th. So it's just
someone like have a job.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I feel like the last three, is it 3 or 4? The last 4 games. I mean, if you can beat Forest at home, to me, that's all I actually like realistically I'm looking at. I think we beat Forest at home, we lose the remaining 3. So
you guys have a really
I just hope we end the season on a good note. I feel like you touched on everything, pretty much.
And we got
I mean,
I don't want to see.
Yeah, Frank is not going anywhere, so we might as well just sit in for the last 4 games and just enjoy it.
You still keep João Felix for next season?
If it's not 100, yeah.
So I've been seeing rumors. I was actually talking to Mike a little bit about this earlier. Mm-hmm. I saw that they're interested in Cucurella. They're interested in Pulisic as well. Atletico Madrid. So if we can somehow, and I'm saying those two, if we can even get them for 35 to 40
each.
No, combined. I don't think they're that great. Wow. So if we could,
combined,
there's nothing. There's not much to show. Cucurella, I mean, I know I'm being
Cucurella for 62.
Who at least get you 35? Who will at least get you 35?
So yeah. So I mean, I know I'm being egregious, but I really have no faith in the market in our players.
Yeah.
Especially that they're going to Spain. It's not like there's the same English tax. Maybe Cucurella because he's Spanish, so there's a Spanish tax on him.
They said Eric Bailly is 8 million.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like some of these players, their brand name, they're not the same brand they used to be. You know what I'm saying? You remember when you know how Fila came back with the high, the high sole shoes.
Oh yeah.
Fila raised their stock a little bit. We're Fila from like 10 years ago. We not popping like that no more. So it's crazy to say that, but they're asking for around 88. Let's just call it 90 for João Felix. If we can even package those two and get 40 to 50 mil, I'm totally fine with that. Like I would be ecstatic if we could do that. So I'm with Mike too. I don't really want to pay 100 for him. We've seen what he can do, but they're also talking maybe another 6-month loans. So we'll see how that unfolds. But
you guys like Conor Gallagher? Would you sell?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Would you sell? Okay, so you said Cucurella already. You ready to sell?
Yeah, we see
Koulibaly too. He can leave.
Koulibaly too.
Koulibaly, I'll give it one more year. I mean, you can't just lose all your ability in one season. I'll give it one more year.
Okay, so then like, I'm thinking about just guys like who have value.
Off this cheek. I mean,
Ziyech.
Off the cheek. Wow, these guys.
I mean, we got players that can go.
Wow.
We could get some.
Where's Billy Gilmore? I'm just here. In all of this, where is Billy Gilmore?
Norwich, right?
We sold him. We sold him to Brighton at the beginning of the season.
Cornelius told me one time, Billy Gilmore and Conor Gallagher is interesting.
Hey, Gallagher finessed everybody on that Palace loan.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He was able to do what he wanted, and he looked decent. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
That's his level.
Yeah. I definitely was wrong. He definitely bamboozled me, but
yeah,
I thought he was. I thought he had a little bit more.
What about Mason Mount?
See, that's
I'll keep him out.
And it's interesting because
Really,
the contract talks haven't been going his way, it seems like.
Yeah.
And that's why, and
you know
that's
what's crazy? It's rumored that we want him.
I'm saying like
he's a hot topic right now.
Yeah, everybody
He a
wants
hot
him.
topic right now. And I mean, he got that injury, so I think what happened was he wasn't fully fit coming back from the World Cup, and then he wasn't really playing well, and so he tried to hide the injury maybe, but then it came out that he was hurt, and then we get a new manager. Didn't find favor. Contracts talks not going well, so he's like, you know what? Let me just get this surgery right now. I'm not playing well. I'm hurt. And our team is trash. So there's not a lot for me to do right now. And my contract talks aren't going well. So I'll get this surgery, make sure that I'm back for the beginning of the 2023-24 season. And over the summer, I'll let my agent do his work. So Mount is going to be a very, very hot topic this summer. Yeah. I really don't know how it's going to go. I truly don't, because Liverpool wants him. Arsenal's rumored to want him now. He could go multiple places. It's still like a 24-year-old. He's still in the early stages of his career still. I mean, he's young, you know what I'm saying? So
what about Romelu Lukaku?
Apparently he's coming back.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not apparently. He is. Don't worry, he is.
Apparently he coming back.
I don't know. Try it with another manager. I don't know. Maybe it works with whoever we get. So
yeah.
I don't know, man. I just
feel like 31.
There's just 30? So many pieces that just don't fit.
Yeah, like think about the strike. You guys have been through so many strikers.
I mean, technically, we still got Ziyech. We still got Sterling. You know what I'm saying? We still got these players that Ziyech apparently doesn't want to be there either. So we can get a smooth 40, 50 for him. There's a lot of players, like I said, 7 to 10 that we could probably offload and get a decent chunk of change.
Yeah. Aspilicueta has to go. Like at
this absolutely.
What are you guys still doing? What about Madueke and Chukwuemeka?
Oh, they're good. I mean, they're young. They have time.
So, I mean, we just bought Madueke.
Yeah.
In January. Chukwuemeka, is coming up from our academy. These are players that I would love to see more. I mean, Madueke, we started him last match.
I will say the one thing about Chelsea is I feel like I've seen your entire squad. I've seen everybody on your team. There's some guys you don't really see, but on your team, full roster.
Everybody plays.
Yeah, David Datro Fofana. I mean, we got players that we haven't seen since January, February, honestly.
Yeah.
So for me, it's going to be an interesting summer. Once we find out who the manager is, once we find out who our signings are, who we offload, once we have like a set team of 30 players, 25 to 30 players, not this whole 45, 50 nonsense, then we can actually start to get to work. So, and that's what I've been saying, bro. Like, this season's been a wash. I just want to see what we do next summer and then go into the year with a full 11 healthy. Even Conte, man, like, I'm low key like, what are we doing with you this summer? He's seen his best years personally. I think so, but I still think he has value to add to our team.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's just going to be interesting what we do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Conte, I want us to keep him, ran him to the ground, because I do not want to see him with anybody else. I just
run
don't.
him to the ground.
Yeah. Like DeMarco Murray.
Keep him around. Keep Conte around.
Just give him 500 touches. I would take.
I don't see why not. I really don't see why not. But Arsenal, like we said, they're on the up and up. Got another win. That's 2 in a row this year. Big win too, away at Newcastle. Definitely helped out. That definitely helped out your brother Salam up there.
For sure. For sure.
Talk about the other one too. The one on Tuesday too. Mention that one.
Who y'all play on Tuesday?
Chelsea 3-1. Don't forget it.
Oh, right. Yeah, but I mean, we knew that was a dub. We knew where
don't.
that was going.
Gotta spin it to. Oh, you going first? You should have went first. I completely.
I'm not gonna hold you. I forgot about the match. I totally forgot about the
we
match.
gonna let that one slide. But yeah.
No, I mean, bro, I was on vacation mode. I was getting ready for this weekend. But I mean, look, Chelsea and Arsenal have had back and forths, but this year was not the year. You know what I'm saying? From Frank versus Arteta in the FA Cup to, this year has been a long, long span. So, congrats. Big win for sure. It definitely got you on the right track. 2 in a row now, and you're on City's heels. Again, I think that you guys probably dropped the ball with your 3 draws in a row, but it's good to see those recoveries. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, we were talking about it today with a few friends. City now has to worry about Madrid again. Like they have a little bit of worry, which might tense them up for their game this weekend. Who knows? Like you said earlier, you're calling all the Avengers. You hope that somebody can make City drop points, but you still have to control what you can control. And now you're winning games again. So it's good to see. And then again, against a top 4 team, Newcastle, it's good to see Odegaard play the way he played and get his goal. But overall, what were your thoughts on the match?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we could have. I thought the game could have been like 8-7, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, they hit the post how many times? Like 3, 4?
Yeah, I thought in the first 15 minutes they could have been up 3-0. I thought the next 20 minutes after that we could have been they could have been tied 3-3. I thought there are a lot of chances in the match. But this is why we pay for certain players. This is why we pay for Ramsdale. If I'm being completely honest. Like, this is why we pay for a keeper. Ramsdale, I don't know, he had 10 saves probably this past Saturday, Sunday. And good saves too, game winning saves, you know what I mean? That's why we pay for certain guys to put in shifts. Odegaard leading by example, 3 draws in a row. And then lost to City, come out. We needed GRG. Chelsea 2 goals. Come again, Newcastle a goal. When we need it too. These are timely goals too, not even just a goal at any time. These are goals when we need them, when the pressure may be on and we need a goal, we need a spark. He's been performing. So yeah, man, just another good performance, taking advantage of the opportunities that we have. Honestly, Newcastle had the same opportunities that we had, and we just decided to put 2 away, and they couldn't. So yeah, man, just great performances. Jorginho, want to highlight him. Jorginho had a great performance. Odegaard, great. Jesus, great. And shout out Kiwar.
Yeah.
Came in 2 matches, balling out, doing great. So, I'm happy to see that, the changes that have needed to be made are being made. I love what Arteta did in this match, was taking out Zinchenko 60th minute. Take out Zinchenko 60th minute, bring on Tierney, because he just couldn't keep up. And this is why I don't want to get rid of Tierney, because we don't have another left back right now who is defensively sound. And it's not like, I think people just kind of write off Tierney technically because he's not as good as Zinchenko, but it's just like Tierney can still play. You know what I mean? It's like the guy can't play. So I don't know. I really don't want to lose him, because I think he's really like an intangible asset to us right now. And it can provides a lot of things that, we need. But hey, I think Arteta has learned from a lot this season. And I think he's learning. I think this season is learning to make bigger decisions in certain moments. And he's not always going to get it right. I understand that he won't always get it right. I think he needs to get it right a little bit more. And honestly, and I think if you did, then we wouldn't be in the same predicament. I mean, if you start Kiwar when Saliba first gets started, or first gets hurt or injured, we might not be in the same predicament. You know what I mean?
Wow, I was literally going to ask you that question. In hindsight, do you think that Kiwar should have gotten some of these starts?
Yeah,
over Holding.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Of course, I'm only can talk from where my perspective, but I mean, you see this guy in training every day. You're talking to these guys every day. You see the levels of play every day. I've seen Kiwar over these past 2 matches, and I've seen Rob Holding over the past couple years. You see the levels. Like, I don't know what, like, y'all see what I see over not a long period of time. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like, why does it take us losing to Man City for there to be a change? Why does it take, us to draw against Liverpool, Southampton, and I forgot the other team, for you to realize, oh, maybe Zinchenko does need to come out in the 60th minute sometimes, because defensively he's just not there. And yeah, if this is the year where I guess it's going to take hard lessons for you to figure that out, hey, I mean, I guess, but some of these decisions, those are the margins, and
I wanted to ask,
and then it also comes down to him trusting the players, and the players that he knows. He doesn't. I'm not saying that he doesn't trust Kiwar, but he doesn't know how he's going to react to Premier League match, just inserting him just away. So it comes down to a lot of things, and I know it all comes down to margins, but I don't know. I think certain decisions are rather easy, from my perspective.
Yeah.
I just think certain decisions are just pretty clear. And when you see them kind of like after the fact, when they needed to be made, and then they aren't made and when the change is made too late, you're just like, well, at this point, like, I mean, thank you, but I needed that done 3 weeks ago. Like I needed that done 3 weeks ago. So yeah. But even though, I still like the energy and the fight from the boys, I think they're gonna keep trying to get every single win, and win as by as many goals until the end. And I mean, if anything, City still have a lot of matches to play. They're going to use a lot of their top guys. You saw everyone. They didn't make one sub today, not one sub in their match. Excuse me. So, I mean, hopefully, some of these Champions League games can tire them out, and hopefully they slip up somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, Everton still got a chance.
Everton's on the up and up. They're going to Goodison Park next. Who knows? Call my next Avenger. You feel me?
That's a tall task.
Hey, listen. I mean, listen. If they go perfect from here on out and don't lose a match, hey, more power to you, bro. Go ahead. Like, I mean, go ahead. I can't say much more, but I think you can still slip up somewhere. And if anything, this match is ammo. This match was just more ammo on how to defeat City and how to limit them. So yeah, man. Yeah, I like what I see from our team right now. Big ups to Odegaard. Just
man.
15 goals, all non-penalties, all in the run of play.
That is via the owner.
I mean, 7 assists. Come on. I mean, my front four all have at least 10 goals. I can't say much more about it. That's major. That's major stuff. And you can see, everyone's about to get a contract, Ramsdale, I think 13 clean sheets. He's about to get a contract. Saliba about to get a contract. Everyone earned these contracts. You put in the work, you earn that. So
Did Saka get one yet?
Yeah, it's pretty much there. I'm hearing it's pretty much there. They're gonna release soon. So yeah, it's coming. It's all coming.
So one thing I wanted to say about Arsenal this game is this was the game last season that derailed your getting top 5. You remember that?
Yeah.
It was the game. It was the game at St. James.
Yeah, I remember.
And to see how y'all came back, man, I really enjoyed watching that game because it was back and forth. I mean, Newcastle should have scored for real. I mean,
yeah,
Murphy.
Yeah, I mean,
shout out
it's just
Shaka too. Shaka on that tackle.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
He.
Do you see a role for Smith Rowe on this team?
No.
Sorry. It's funny you say that.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
If what I'm seeing is true, then yes.
What are you seeing? What are you what are you seeing?
If what I'm seeing and I'm hearing is true, then yes.
Let's talk about it.
So, Smith Rowe been a winger. How about the second, third? Was it started off as a 10 transition winger? We got Odegaard. What I've been hearing is that Smith Rowe is going to transition into this like Xhaka-esque role, of that 8 who we want to make those forward runs, because to Smith Rowe that just comes naturally. You can kind of tell like Xhaka is just trained. Just like, oh, when this guy gets here, you make that run. Like, oh, look, whenever you get into this position, like look to make this run. Like Smith Rowe just looks to do that naturally. He's also a guy who likes to push the pace likes to push the tempo, gets the ball, picks his head up and likes to run with the ball. So, it's already kind of rumored that Xhaka might be leaving this summer. Might be going back to Germany. And I can see Smith Rowe in kind of an 8. Yeah. He might go to Leverkusen. He started off, he played in Gladbach.
Yeah, Gladbach.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
And
I'm thinking he's Swiss. I thought he played.
Yeah, his brother plays in Basel.
You see his
that's why for some reason I thought he was there.
You see what his brother just did?
Nah.
What did he do?
His brother just headbutted somebody in the chest.
No way.
Yeah,
Zizou vibes.
The video. Yeah,
Eastern Europeans, man. They don't play around.
It was the second yellow, so he sent him off that way. The ref brought him back on. Said, "Wait, no, I take the He said, "I take the second yellow."
Away.
It gave him a straight red.
Straight red.
Wow.
Bro, he was halfway down the tunnel.
Wait, I've never seen that before. Can you do that?
Huh?
So if somebody's sitting on a yellow, can you just give them a straight red?
Was it egregious enough? Yeah.
I just say I never.
It was after the review, after VAR.
Probably.
Yeah.
So he got.
Just so you know.
So he got a card and a half. He got 3 yellows.
Yeah. Essentially.
Yo, that's crazy. I ain't never seen that before.
A card and a half. So that would mean that like a tournament setting, in a tournament setting, that would mean you would miss the next
game.
The game you come back.
Yeah.
Yellow.
You get a yellow, you're gone that one.
Out for that game.
Yo, that's crazy. I ain't never seen that before, but I mean, I feel
that's good. Oh man,
that's crazy.
But yeah, I could see Smith Rowe in that role, especially because that's why we wouldn't necessarily need to buy Caicedo if we bought Rice, because if I'm thinking, okay, we buy Declan Rice this summer, I have someone who can, like, once again, like I said earlier, I have someone who can just sit in front of Saliba and Gabriel, and I can trust those 3 to cover Ramsdale.
Yo, can I ask you an even better question?
And
speaking of Rice,
hold on, Mike. And if I have someone who can just sit and control the midfield, like one person who can do that, then that gives the freedom for Smith Rowe to run rampant, and that just, for me, Ramsdale already just run, just go run, make runs in behind, because that's what Xhaka does now. So just make runs in behind, and when we need you to pick up the ball and run, because Xhaka will pick up the ball in good positions, but he'll look to play a ball in or look to play a guy in before he'll look to run in and join the attack. Smith Rowe will pick the ball up and look to join the attack and run 30 yards, 40 yards with the ball. So, having someone like that, in a position like that, the positions that Xhaka gets into, I think would be great for us. So I do think there's if that's what we're gearing up to do, and that's the rumors are true, then I do see a future for Smith Rowe on this side. If we're talking about Smith Rowe the winger, no, we might as well sell him now. We might as well sell him now. No, with Smith Rowe the winger is gone. If you're talking about Smith Rowe the 8-man, yes.
Damn.
There's no.
So the second question I was gonna ask you was, would you sell Smith Rowe if that means you can get Declan Rice? And do you re-sign Jorginho?
Why not? Jorginho, why not?
I think
looks good for
Jorginho. Yeah, Jorginho.
One game.
No, I just Jorginho. Why not for depth? Just
absolutely, yeah.
Who cares if you don't
Champions League experience?
We're gonna be in 4 competitions. Depth. So yes, I don't think Mike. I mean, I would say yes, but I don't even think it would even come to that, solely because I think we're gonna sell enough players to where it's like we're gonna have the money to buy Declan Rice. Like, we wouldn't be looking to buy him if we didn't think that we had some, like, the money that's, and I heard that rumor. This is another rumor, but our evaluations, like, we're thinking more like 80, 90 more. No, not
for Declan.
For Declan Rice, not 120.
Oh, okay.
And
I was like,
and so at some point, someone's gonna have to give Declan Rice's. I don't think Declan Rice is a Mudryk type, So no, I'm just being honest, like I don't think he's a Mudryk type. So if we're looking to, he's gonna come. If he's gonna come, if he really wants to come, he's gonna come. Just like how Enzo forced the move when Benfica was still in Champions League. If he wants to come, he's gonna come. Simple as that. You know what I mean? So, so yeah, we'll worry about that price tag after the season. Right now, I'm trying to get a title. Hopefully one of my Avengers can steal some points, man.
I mean, I get it. I definitely get it. So, from all I've heard today, you didn't say it earlier. It sounds like you're still Arteta in.
Oh, my fault. Arteta in. Arteta in, man. Yeah, no. I see. He's still a young manager at the end of the day. Great season, and what more can I ask for in a season? I mean, I can always ask for more in a season, obviously, but from where we were last year, the year before that, over your managerial career, for this season to be, your 4th season, I mean, that's pretty good for what we have and where we were last season.
It's 4th
now.
Do you think you'll be back in this position next season?
Yeah, absolutely. I expect to.
No, it's a serious question, because look at the way the Prem has been. The last couple of years, I feel like United, Chelsea, City, Liverpool, right? And this season, we've seen a real shift. Like, there's a shift. That's what I'm asking. Like, do you actually think they can do it again?
Yes, I think we can do it again. I think it's going to be harder, for sure. But that's why I think we have to spend. Like, it all comes down to spending. If we don't go get Rice, if we don't go get another winger, if we don't go get another center back, if we don't get another right back, no, we're not going to be in this position. Absolutely not. So we have to go spend. We have to go get players. At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. So I can say, I think we're going to be in this position. But if we don't go spend the bread, then no. We have to go get Rice. We have to go get Rice or Caicedo. we have to. It's literally a must at this point. You have to secure one of them. One
I
of them
think
has to be secured. So it's like,
I think something we should add for next year. We should do I mean this year F for Chelsea, but I think we should do manager ratings midway through the season, so January, and then at the end of the season as well, because we always talk about our managers, but we never really give them a full grade. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if we do it halfway through the season, it'll show how we felt about them. And then obviously there's a January window, so that shows another part of the season, and then we could do that through the end. So I was gonna ask, Gabriel and Salam, since they've had the same manager the whole season, what grade they would give them, but I think I'm gonna wait. I think I'm gonna wait till the season's over and we could fully do a full recap. But yeah, with Chelsea is an F for sure. So we don't even have to talk anything there. But yeah, man, I mean, as a young manager, as someone who has seen ups, downs, trophies, I still tip my hat to him, man. You guys led 90% of the season, first place. It was only these last 4 weeks where you saw a true blip. And it goes to show what happens, the proof is in the sauce with City. City got the sauce. They've done it, 5 out of the last 6 years. They're looking to maybe add another title to their trophy. And before we get out of here, I kind of just want to talk about City a little bit, because they played Madrid today, 1-1 draw at the Bernabeu. They're going back to the Etihad to play the second leg of the Champions League semifinals. Thoughts on the game, thoughts on how City played, thoughts on how Madrid played. I personally am still thinking Madrid goes through, but I know we always joked about the empty had, but it's been different this year. I think with Haaland, it's given them a different type of confidence. You know what I'm saying? Before they kind of knew that Pep was the guy, but now I think with Haaland, they have a different sense of confidence. And he didn't have a great game this year, or today. Honestly, he had a subpar game. I'm not gonna lie. So I think at home with the fans behind his back, you'll see a different Haaland. But I don't know if you are able to watch the match today, but how did y'all feel about it? I was at work, so I was streaming it on my phone. I wasn't able to see all 90 minutes. But what I did see, I liked from Madrid. Didn't see a lot of the second half, but Kevin De Bruyne is Kevin De Bruyne, and we're talking best center mids in the world, best center mids in the league. I still put KDB up there, bro. I know Casemiro's Casemiro, but KDB's different. He's different.
I mean, no, it was a good game. I think both teams showed that why they're amongst the best teams in the world. I think that Man City was all over Real Madrid in the first probably 15 minutes. But I mean, it was kind of like a boxing match. And then there would be moments where Real Madrid would just have spells where they were just doing everything right. I mean, look at the Camavinga goal, leading up to that. I mean, that was the spark. I felt like after that, they looked a lot better than they were before. But yeah, man, I mean, it was just kind of going blow for blow. Both goals were very nice. I think world-class goals from world-class players. But yeah, I still think that Real Madrid with the experience are still gonna, they'll still beat them at the Etihad 100%. And I mean, shout out to Rudiger too, man. Yeah, Haaland didn't, I guess, necessarily have the best game, but I mean, I thought Rudiger and Alaba, I think the whole back line, I think they did very well against that attacking dude. So only scored 1 goal. Not that many teams have kept City to score 1 goal.
Yeah.
And not to be, I know we talk about right backs in the world, but I'll never put Danny Carvajal up there as top right back in the world. But I said that to some of my friends, bro. You need rats in your defensive line. You need those scummy players on the low in order to win. Think about when Chelsea won our Champions League. Rudiger was the guy that was everyone's been getting mad at Rudiger his whole career, but one, he's defensively solid, and two, he'll get under your skin. You know what I mean? Carvajal's the same type of way. He's defensively solid, and he'll get under your skin. That little push he had on Grealish, and then, the whole thing right there at the end of the first half. Those are the things that change the match. Now, when Grealish is going in for that run on the touchline, he's thinking, maybe I should back off. It's just the game within the game. And I look at those things when I'm looking at teams that make it to finals or make it to the semis. And I'm just like, this is what you need in your team. You need that little bit of grit. You need that little bit of scumminess in order to make it past some of these teams. Because, again, Danny Carvajal is solid. Don't get me wrong, but he's not one of the best defenders in the world.
Yeah.
But today, what he did on Grealish, nothing can happen on that left side for City. Not at all.
He shut down Jack Grealish for the most part.
Yeah, absolutely.
So many players, man, that I just thought that, like, a lot of people had good games. Like, I thought Valverde had a good game. I thought Camavinga had a good game.
Vinny.
Modric. Yeah, Vinny had a good game. Benzema, he had his moments where he would do what he does, but for me, like Rodri.
I was gonna say Rodri had a very solid match. Very solid match.
Yeah,
John Stones.
Yeah, Gundogan, John Stones, KDB. Ruben Diaz. Like, I don't know, bro. It was just all over the field, man. Bernardo Silva. Like, everyone had like a good. He actually didn't do that too much, but the second game is going to be interesting for sure. I'm curious to see how City comes out this weekend. They have enough players to where, like, Mahrez. They have, like Alvarez. They still have enough. Like, they'll be just fine. But
were you surprised that there were no subs for City?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually was.
What's the point? There's no point in that. You might as well just use all of them. Some of those players will still play over the weekend. So, like,
I guess it's Tuesday. Yeah,
it's Tuesday. There's no point in that. And to be honest with you, like that lineup, they were playing well from minute 1 to minute 90. So
no one really played poorly.
Yeah, no one really. To me, Pep has shown that, like, if you're gonna play well, like, I'm not gonna take you out. So Real Madrid needed to make changes because some of the guys were on yellow cards, and Modric and Kroos, they can't play. Yeah, game over the weekend. They need at least 5 days. So,
bro, them players don't be training like that though.
but they're like, it's 37 and 35, 35,
I think like 33, right? Kroos.
Modric is 37.
But Kroos isn't that old. Like, he's old, but he's not like.
I think he's 35. Old.
He doesn't get around the way he used to.
That's facts.
But
check.
But like you guys were saying, no subs. Remember the last game against Madrid? Pep was tinkering.
Bruce is 33. He was born in 1990.
33?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's not like he old. Don't get me wrong, but he's not like.
I feel like he's been playing forever.
German thoroughbreds, bro. They'll play till. Their motor is crazy, bro.
He's still solid. Tchouaméni too, man. Tchouaméni almost had a
banger.
I really like him. I would drop 120 for him instantly.
He different sauce.
He
different sauce.
I think, I don't know, bro. Like, man. He's gonna be one of the best CDMs for France, I think. I was gonna say something egregious. I don't think he's going to be as talented as Paul Pogba, French player. Besides Zizou, obviously.
You don't think Tchouaméni? Is that what you're saying?
Nah, I don't think Tchouaméni is the way, like, it's different. Paul Pogba, bro, he's one of the most talented players with the ball. Yeah, that's I know. Fair. He be doing his, Pog, whatever. Pog activity.
Pog dance.
Yeah, Pog dance, but like, nah, bro. I think technically Pogba's clear him. But Tchouaméni is like your prototype CDM, you know what I'm saying? Like, size, speed, power, can initiate offense, can shoot, you know what I'm saying? Speaking of shooting, man, I think that guy Valverde is probably one of the best shooters. That guy.
Yeah, in the world, bro.
He is a
Man.
sniper.
Right foot, left foot. Sheesh.
Nah, but yeah, let's
predictions.
get into predictions, man. I'll start off first. We have Wolves at home. And you know what? Oh damn. Why is it doing that? I needed you to come through for me. You did it. There you go. It's gonna be a GRG, fellas. Yeah, we're about to get right on Wolves. Right on Wolves. Yeah. I expect again, I think we score when we're at Old Trafford. These guys, they need the mental backing. They need to be reassured. So I mean, I think our problem has never been like conceding goals. Our problem is scoring goals. Yes, the mistake by De Gea was crucial, but like I mean, that shouldn't conclude the game.
Yeah, that shouldn't be the game. Yep.
So yeah, I think that we'll beat Wolves, and we need to because we need top four. So yeah, I would say 3 points against Wolves.
Man, we got Forest. It'll be another slug match, but I hope we get out of it. I'll say 3-1.
That's crazy.
3-1 Chelsea.
He says slugfest.
That's crazy.
It's sad for real, but it's the reality,
It truly is, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. It's sad to see, but it is what it is.
Yep.
Arsenal, who y'all see?
We see Brighton at the Emirates.
That's a good one.
Y'all always play at the Emirates. Damn.
I know. I feel like you always play.
We were just away.
You're always at the Emirates. Every time
we were just away. Look at y'all. Y'all always hating, man.
He's like, yeah, we're back at the Emirates. We back at the Emirates. We back at the Emirates.
But yeah, we're at the Emirates. Brighton. Yeah, I don't even know.
You don't even know. What does that what does that mean?
No, I'm saying prediction score-wise. I'm thinking score-wise. Maybe like 3-2. I want to keep it. No, I want to keep it 2-0. 2-0. Clean sheet. Clean sheet. 2-0 at home. No, 3-0. 2-0, 3-0. Clean sheet, though.
He told me this is Ben White. I'll be looking for it.
He said, "He told me versus White."
Hey, I feel him though. I feel him.
Gabriel versus Lewis Dunk. I'll be very happy.
Lewis Dunk.
Yeah, then was it Pascal Gross?
Yeah,
against Martinelli. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of fun.
Wait, why is Gabriel Jesus?
Jesus, yeah.
I was like, what are you
talking? Yeah, we have 3 Gabriels. It's a lot to.
You guys supposed to
3 Gabbies.
Gabby, yeah, I don't know how how that works, but Man City plays Everton at Mercy at Everton. Yeah.
Everton 1-0.
They said Everton 1-0. Oh boy. I say Julian Alvarez scores.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of
Alvarez,
Phil Foden,
yep.
Mahrez. Look at them. They are shameless.
Everton 1-0. Everton 1-0, boys.
Rico Lewis.
All right. All right.
Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer.
Yeah, Cole Palmer. Hey, what's his name? Calvin Phillips. Kelvin.
I forgot they had him.
Oh
bro.
my god!
Did you see how
I really forgot they had him?
He was smiling when coming on, bro. He was so happy.
It was the 89th minute. He came in tugging in his shirt like, "Oh yeah,
I'm about to get."
Bro, but he used to do that at Leeds though. He'd just be happy to be there, bro. At any given moment.
No. Phillips at Leeds was like
he was the man.
He was the captain. He was the man.
But he only played half the season because he's always hurt. I feel like every time he steps on the pitch, he's just like, God, give me another blessing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the second season, you're right. But the first season when they came up,
yeah. He was their guy for sure. He was their guy.
Fades in the fade. He was. The risk. It was all there. All the components of a good player, man.
Just disappeared.
Man.
Injuries, man. Injuries crazy.
I think you need a certain amount of appearances to even get a Premier League medal. So I'm sure every opportunity
you do.
always welcomed.
Yep.
But yeah, man. Damn, bro. I wanted to introduce a new segment. Start, sub, sell. But I forgot the 3 people I was gonna ask you guys. So I won't do it this week.
I'm rocking with it. I'm rocking with it. Start, sub, sell.
Yeah.
Triple S.
S.
I like that. I like that.
Every week. I'm gonna
I
come
like
up.
it.
Or
Is it gonna be?
come
Yeah,
up
Are we gonna pick a team? We should pick a team.
No, I mean it could be anybody. Like it could be.
Oh, you're just doing like how like okay.
Like there was 2 players that you guys said earlier that I was just like, okay. Start, sub, sell.
It's gonna be CDM related.
Yeah.
Knew it.
I thought he was going.
Casado, Declan Rice. Who's the third? I just had it. Casado, Declan Rice, Enzo Fernandez.
I already knew it was gonna be Enzo. I literally knew it was gonna be Enzo.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
why I didn't want to say myself.
That's pretty close.
Bro, I mean,
Start, so
I think personally, I'm gonna start Rice, sub Enzo, and probably sell Caicedo.
I'm gonna start Enzo, sub Caicedo, sell Rice.
sell Rice. Wow, Mike.
Yeah.
Rice and beans. Hey,
I'm probably gonna sub Enzo. Ooh, it sucks. This one sucks.
I just came up with another one. This one's
I'm gonna sub Enzo. I'm gonna sell Caicedo. I'm gonna start Rice.
And based on what we said earlier,
Strictly based on size.
Trent Alexander-Arnold, Reece James, Ben White. Start, sell, sub.
I would start Reece James. I would sub Trent, and I would sell Ben
White.
So it sounds clear. So it sounds clear to me.
I'm just saying.
Okay, all right. That's funny because
I do
straightforward.
I do have one for you. I do have one for you though. I do have one for you. African version. Be careful here. Mohamed Salah, Samuel Eto'o, Didier Drogba.
Wow.
It's not even close. Start Eto'o, bench Drogba, sell Salah.
No, you're selling Drogba.
No.
Sorry, Mike.
You're
selling.
I can't do that.
Salah is not going to give me what Drogba gives.
Salam always got an agenda with these, man.
I know. I'm not
That wasn't a good one. That wasn't a good one. That was pretty even.
In the final, who are you picking? Salah or Drogba?
I know 100% I'm taking Eto'o number 1.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah. So if I have Eto'o, I don't need a Drogba. I would rather sub someone like Salah.
Okay.
Wow, that's crazy.
Mike,
that's crazy.
I'm just saying in the final, I'm looking for Drogba. We know big game player.
That's crazy.
Salah has scored in the Champions League final.
Not the PK.
So is Drogba.
Not the PK.
So is Drogba. So wait.
No, but Mike
so is Drogba. In Munich against Munich? Come on.
No, Mike said he doesn't score in big games. That's the biggest game.
We can count.
We're not doing this. You tripping.
Count how many times Salah's been missing. We can count. Wow.
Okay,
that's crazy.
Last one. Last one. I just need one more to get you. Maybe I should wait.
Yeah. Go do your homework and write something down.
I should wait. I think I should wait because I know it's gonna be a very touchy subject.
Here we go.
But yeah, guys. Appreciate everyone for tuning in, and good luck to you in your future endeavors.